But speaking of TikTok, it's banned in US.
It is banned in the US because Trump clearly doesn't like TikTok.
Trump, what do you reckon on that though? So let's say, how would you feel about your data being sold to China, let's say?
So it's weird that, isn't it? When you find out that people are saying that TikTok is actually a Chinese spy like related program,
yeah,
you could understand why Trump doesn't want it.
Yeah, of course.
You could also understand why you'd think it's not really doing anything. But I've always had this actual belief in that you hear about things that go on in certain parts of the world. You hear about stuff that goes in America, Britain, France, Germany. If you're outside of Asian countries, I believe you have no idea what goes on inside them. Because I think they're so inside their country, like in England, like you'll know there's parts of England that just hate each other. Like the North hates the South.
Yeah, that's sort of banterous
anyone outside
divide.
of London hates people inside London. But I think in China, everyone's so closely engrossed that they just know exactly what's going on in there. But outside of it, you wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah, man. I mean, everybody knows like China's one of the most secretive nations out there.
And it's not even that. One of the most powerful and huge in population.
One of the most powerful. I mean, all from my understanding, all it would take is Russia to be like, I'm going to team up with China, and then the whole world is potentially done. But I find like China's such an interesting country. Like I definitely want to go there and experience like even living there for a bit.
Yeah, their culture is incredible. The food, but literally it's just like outside of China, even as like a worldwide reporter, you wouldn't know exactly what's going on inside there. Like even inside the walls of Pyongyang in literally North Korea, you're not allowed media there.
Yeah.
And if you do go there, you have to be supervised by like North Korean military.
Yeah, which you don't want to be asking any intense questions when you're supervised with people with guns.
Yeah.
Jeez. But like, don't get me wrong. Of course, in America, the UK government, there's stuff that we don't know about and stuff that nobody knows about. It's all secret government stuff.
That's the thing. There's stuff that we don't know about. But when you get to ask prime ministers questions, you get to ask lords questions and ministers, you get a few of those answers.
There's a lot more accountability in the UK compared to, let's say, like China and that. But I find it interesting. What's the province where you can go to? So China, gambling's illegal, except there's this one island or province where you can just go in China and it's legal to gamble. So everybody who's rich goes there for a gambling holiday. And apparently it's like a bigger gambling place than Las Vegas. It's like begins with C. But I find that super interesting how in the whole mainland you can't gamble. But there's one island where you can gamble.